pụta n'ụzọ ree nwanne, nwanna pụta n'ụzọ ree nwanne.
Gịnị ka m ga-enye unu
ụmụ Biafra?
Gịnị ka m ga-enye unu?
Onye nwe anyị nye anyị amamihe, nye anyị amamihe zuru oke, ka anyị merie ndị iro ndị na-amaghị Chukwu, jide ha zọgbuo ha ona. Ka anyị merie ndị iro ndị na-amaghị Chukwu, jide ha zọgbuo ha ona.
Mụ na nwanne njere agha
akpịrị ego ifeajụ na-rere anyị.
Mụ na nwanne njere agha
nwanna pụta n'ụzọ ree nwanne, nwanna pụta n'ụzọ ree nwanne.
Gịnị ka m ga-enye unu
ụmụ Biafra?
Gịnị ka m ga-enye unu?
Onye nwe anyị nye anyị amamihe, nye anyị amamihe zuru oke, ka anyị merie ndị iro ndị na-amaghị Chukwu, jide ha zọgbuo ha ona. Ka anyị merie ndị iro ndị na-amaghị Chukwu, jide ha zọgbuo ha ona.
Ụmụ okoribe m
jikerebenu na ya emehie,
ụmụ okoribe m
jikerebenu na ya emehie.
Ebee ka unu si
Biafra?
Ebee ka unu na-eje
Biafra ya marapụ, Biafra ga n'ebe ọzọ gabiri, Biafra ga-adị ndụ.
Take my boots off when I die,
Oh Biafra,
take my clothing to the camp.
hallelujah, give my gun to someone else to fight for fatherland. Biafra, take my boots off when I die.
Ojukwubeze na la Biafra, edere ya na buri. Awolowo nwanne ya Yakubu Gowon, enweghị ike imeri Biafra. Biafra win the war.
Amodu ka shelling machine, heavy artillery, bomb and fighter.
Enye m Gowon nwantịntị oge ma gba ya egbe n'ọnụ.
Enye m Gowon nwantịntị oge.
Enye m Gowon nwantịntị oge ma gba ya egbe n'ọnụ.
Enye m Gowon nwantịntị oge.
Ụmụ Biafra,
unu ekwekwa n'aka Gowon chi unu, unu ekwekwa n'aka Gowon chi unu. Ọchịchị ga-esi n'aka Ojukwu bịa onye eze, anyị chọrọ ọchịchị Gowon ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Ọchịchị ga-esi n'aka Ojukwu bịa onye eze, anyị chọrọ ọchịchị Gowon ruo mgbe ebighị ebi.
Abụ m onye amamihe, abụ m onye amamihe. Nne m anyị rapụkwa m ma bara onwe mami.
Onye nwụrụ anwụ were akwụcha kechie ya anya, wee omeninyo bakweri eri, omeninyo bakweri eri.
Biafra kunye buso Nigeria,
Agha, agha, agha.
maka gịnị?
N'ihi na ha bụ ndị na-amaghị Chineke, ndị na-amaghị Chineke kere ha, kere ha, kere ha.
Kọmando
Butere ya kọmando, butere ya kọmando,
kọmando
butere ya kọmando.
Akwụkwọ Igbo beri ma n'oruwo Chineke ntị.
Ọ dị megwu Ojukwu chiba anyị.
Akwụkwọ Igbo beri ma n'oruwo Chineke ntị.
Ọ dị megwu Ojukwu chiba anyị.
Nwoke mara mma
Chiba anyị.
Ndị ahụ ọnụ
Chiba anyị. Ọ dị megwu Ojukwu chiba anyị.
Most of the Biafra war songs aimed derogative invectives on the Nigerian government of oligarchy, who directed the killing of innocent Biafran women and children by imposing blockade on Biafra. All human contact with the outside world was cut off. Hence, the Nigerian military junta added hunger to the already existing weapons of mass destruction in their arsenal. Neither food nor medicine were allowed into Biafra, hence malnutrition begot Kwashoko, also known as Harold Wilson's syndrome.
We are Biafrans fighting for our freedom. By the name of Jesus, we shall conquer. Hey,
we are Biafrans fighting for our freedom. By the name of Jesus, we shall conquer.
Come Biafra, fighting for our freedom. By the name of Jesus, we shall conquer.
We are Biafrans fighting for our freedom. By the name of Jesus, we shall conquer.
No me puedes escuchar, levántate la mano y él ha levantado, entonces él puede escuchar.
All right, we know where we are here today, and we have to give honor who honor is due to before beginning the program.
Ya sabemos por qué estamos aquí, entonces vamos a continuar.
So can we stand up on our seat, please, and reference
Vamos
our
a
Bible?
rezar un poco a Dios.
For those who have come like me, let us offer our God. So we are going to listen from our director is going to pray through life. We're going to listen to him and we're going to respond by saying amen. And because the pastor we expect to be here is not around, so cannot wait no more.
Vamos a escuchar a una oración que vamos a poner aquí. Después de todo, vamos a decir amén.
All right.
Rezamos en nombre de Dios, ¿eh?
I hope all we are together, yeah. I hope we are together, eh? We are going to be using 2 or 3 languages. Let me say 3 languages. One is going to be on our dialect, and one is going to be in English, and the other one is going to be in Spanish.
Sí, que vamos a utilizar 3 lenguas, uno inglés, otro español y el otro nuestro idioma propio. Biafra.
All right, volume please. It's on, volume.
That your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we... Our Father who art in heaven, Nani Kevile Liwe, Kamalibinso, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee.
In Jesus' name. Amen. Our Father, we thank you for an opportunity once more again to gather before you. We know your presence is here. You made us to understand by your word that when 2 or 3 are gathered in your name, you are there. We glorify your name because everything we start today is by your name, and we're going to end by your name. Father, we say take glory. Take all the honor, take all the adoration, take all the thanks, O God. We pray for unity, pray for one mind, O God. That after today, O God, we shall give you glory. Father, thank you for answering prayers and our brethren on their way coming, bring them safely. Let today be an enjoyable day. To your name be glorified. In Jesus' most powerful name we pray. Amen. Amen. All right. We have our opening prayer which has been done right now. The second one is 1 minute silent from departed heroes and heroines of our Biafra.
que vamos a dar un minuto de silencio para gente que murieron en guerra de Biafra y que siguen muriendo por luchar por su libertad.
Amen. But it's so about the fact that so rest place in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I will have a seat, please.
Puedes sentar.
The next agenda we have here is Biafra National Anthem. Just a moment, please. They are going to connect it here.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
National Anthem.
Please.
You are coming out. Yes. Let's have a please.
Vamos a levantar.
on so fast so that from those who are coming far distance can go back to their resident place.
Por tema de tiempo vamos a continuar para poder terminar con tiempo, porque tenemos gente. Sí, pueden sentar, por favor. Que vamos a hacerlo un poquito más rápido porque hay gente que vinieron de lejos.
All right. Presentation on number 4 item we have tonight's presentation of the unit and the principal officers.
Okay, que queremos presentar los útiles que tenemos y sus, ¿cómo se dice? Es como jefe, gente que están en estos lugares.
So we have about 5 units. I think they're all present here tonight. Please, unit 1, can I see you? Raise your hand, please, wherever you are.
Unit 1.
Anyone representing unit 1 from Girona?
From Girona.
Anyone representing unit 1 here from Girona? The coordinator? The assistant coordinator? The secretary? The treasurer? No, okay, unit 2 from the big. Can we see any one of them here, please? The coordinator? Yes, sir. Please, wherever you are, you're a chairman, you're a chairlady, we are not launching nothing today, we know why we are here. So wherever you are, there is no special man more than the other person. We are all one family.
Que no tenemos ni gente grande ni gente menor aquí. Sabemos por qué estamos aquí. Estéis donde estéis, que somos lo mismo, igual.
All right. So please, the unitary, the principal officer with the coordinator, please, sir, your seat here. Please, I don't know how Please, unit 4, which is Tarasa. Unit 5. All right, unit 5, which is Tarasa, are they here? Tarragona, are they here? They're on their way. Maybe they meet their flight. They're on their way for the flight. Anyone represent the staff? Let's go. I hope that all the units in Catalonia they are all represented. Is anybody exemption? All right, we'll have to proceed. We have to proceed, please, because we have no time. Anyone that comes in, let him join us here, so we'll go ahead and move forward. Thank you, sir, for coming around. Thank you for having us. All right, now we have to make the presentation. We have to present the cola nut. Because we are coming from, we are known with cola nut. So we always welcome our visitors. So I know none of us are visitors, but normalmente we have some. Financially, we have to also present cola nut for every individual that is here. This is our culture.
Tenemos algo que queremos presentar, es como cultural, nuestra cultura, que cuando tú vienes a nuestra casa, es un fruto, ¿sabes? Pero cuando vienes a casa tenemos que presentar esto, porque es nuestra cultura.
So,
Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob.
One family.
In my language, let me start. In my language,
En mi idioma,
we don't speak English
no hablamos inglés
because of this cola nut.
por este fruto,
But because of the circumstances,
pero por la circunstancia,
I'm going to ask for the forgiveness of my elder men who are here today to use English.
que vamos a pedir perdón para usar inglés.
Because Biafra is not Igbo alone.
Porque Biafra no es solo Igbo.
We have other tribes who are Biafra, but they don't speak Igbo.
Tenemos otra gente Biafra que no hablan en este idioma Igbo.
With the permission given to me, I will call an elder statesman here to come and bless and speak this language, because in anywhere where they come a caller, an elderly man must be looked for and be respected.
Yes.
I call Mr. Martin Ekwe to come and bless this caller for because an elder statesman.
En nuestro país, en nuestro pueblo, que tiene que presentar este fruto la gente más mayor.
Ay, Pablo Peno. Igbo Kwenu. Igbo Kwenu. Ndị be anyị na ọjị a na-azụ obodo ndị ọcha ihe ọ ji azụ ugwu Igbo. Anyị ga-eburu ụzọ kpee ekpere maka ọjị a. Ndị Igbo anyị si na onye wetara ọjị wetara ndụ. And ndị ga-akpara ọjị anyị ga-atara ọjị etere anyị isi ike, tara ogologo ndụ, tara ụba naira. Ihe anyị kata ihe anyị ga-eji azụ ụmụaka ma ụmụ zụọ anyị, ha azụ anyị, ha azụ ha. Ọjị a ọjị Igbo. Ọjị ndị na-akọ ọjị bụ ndị Yoruba. Ndị Hausa na-ata ọjị karacha every people ndị ọwụla. Mana ndị Igbo ndị na-agọ ọjị agọ. Igosi na anyị gwa ndị ma ihe ọjị na ọjị bara uru. Because ndị ọzọ na-akụ ya na ndị na-ata ya amaghị uru ọ bara. But anyị nwawu ndị ma uru ọjị bara because anyị na-eme ihe ọjị dị supposed ime. Biko n'egbughị oge nụ anyị ekpere ekpere n'ọjị a ka Chineke nna gọziere anyị ọjị a. Ndị niile bịara ahịa ga-eji ụkwụ ha ekpukwu ọjị ha ọjị ka ha eji ụkwụ ha laa. Ogologo ndụ nwoke, ogologo ndụ nwaanyị. Mmiri akpakwara azụ anwụrụ. Ngọzi dịrị nwoke dịrị nwaanyị. Ihe ọbụla anyị tinyere aka ahịa ya gaziela anyị. Ụkwụ anyị ji bịa ahịa ka anyị ga-eji ala. Anyị bịara ahịa bịa achụ ego. Anyị ga-achụ ego. Tụrụ ego laa jee mejuo obodo anyị. Okwu anyị kwugo okwu Biafra na ọ na-eji okwu ma nna m dịka bịara ahịa. Emere m invite azụ onye wụ ndị ọmara ihe ma oge arụgọ ọgụ. I'm up to 10 years during the war. And I'm here in my father during the war. My father died, he was a military man, he died during the war. So, okay, I'm invited. 2 times I'm invited home. So, now here was Biafra as a joke. Oh, one day I'm here was because I don't have but the only who I the mother no go. I lost my father, I lost my own senior brother. I become a senior brother automatically in my family. So, only one now I'm here was Biafra where you go upon. Gina ana kia ifu kwa ogoda ya shige da gafe ye shige because give ngalo go give angalo ga gafe lo ngogi and during the war in the Biafra na madu like they can occupy the ihe anga so nya na bege bege na kai nwu ike ogu a anyị kwere ka ihe gaji elu ka anyị mee gbageji ime anyị eme diplomacy wo Biafra anyị chọrọ ihe ka anyị chọrọ ka Chineke mere anyị ebere ka anyị nwee ihe n'aha Jizọs dịkọnụ ọ ga-aha nọ ogologo ndụ ogologo nke ogologo nwaanyị mmiri atara azụ ahụ na gụkọzie everybody bịara ahịa n'aha onye nwaanyị Jizọs Kraịst nwaanyị.
Como hemos rezado un poco con nuestro idioma, sí, como hemos rezado un poco con nuestro idioma, que Dios nos bendiga, que encontramos que estamos buscando, que hemos venido con tranquilidad y vamos a ir a casa con tranquilidad, que todo sale bien en nombre de Dios.
All right, the claret have been presented, and I think each zone has to pick one of the color notes. Each zone has to pick one color note representing each zone.
First of all, I have to call.
Primeramente voy a llamar.
There's something I don't know. Somebody have to teach me.
Hay algo que me tienen que
Because if I want
enseñar.
to give cola in my village, I will look for the elders' village to give cola. Now, I know I'm going to make a mistake. In Biafra land now, I don't know which state is the eldest. Let me come. Because during the time of Biafra, there was nothing like Anambra. We have Enugu, we have Owerri, we have Aba. Bayelsa was not there. This thing was not there. Am I right, brothers and sisters? Okay. So in Biafra time, it's a place we don't need majority or minority. Just people in Biafra land. That's what we are fighting for. Yes. Not Anambra is not. It was not part. That name is not existing.
Just an observation. In those days, when there was states, there was a state, but in Anambra state, there in Nde, and Nde is the head of the
Yes.
So it's made in Anambra state.
Yes. We are learning here. But I believe when I was a kid, we have what they call the Eastern region, and the capital was Enugu, was not Anambra. Yeah. So anybody from Enugu here is the eldest.
Repartimos este fruto, siguen orden del Señor, así, primero, segundo, hasta el último.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
From the little knowledge I have about what we have here, which is the cola, let me start by having been empowered by my colleague, who is my senior. I think I can do it the way I know. First of all, I want to call the states we have presently in Biafra the way they are, hierarchically. Is there anybody from Anambra? And if you are from Anambra, I want to know if there is anybody from Nri or Aguleri. The person should come here and pick one cola nut. Anambra from Nri or Umueri. If there is nobody from Nri or Umueri, then anybody from Anambra will come and pick one cola.
Stand for Anambra state.
I go straight to Abia State. Anybody from Arochukwu? Is there anybody from Arochukwu? Yes, sir. Come and pick one cola on behalf of Abia State. Anybody from Enugu State?
I'm not there.
You can come and pick one cola. Then Imo State.
I can go.
Anybody from Anioma? Anioma? Come on, one color for Anioma. I go straight to Ebonyi State. Is there anybody from Ebonyi? Anybody from Ebonyi State? Please, we need your audience.
Please, the camera should be taking it.
Let us try as possible to make sure that the noise is highly reduced, please. Anybody from Ebonyi State?
Ebonyi.
Abakaliki area, Afibo, Ebonyi. Then anybody can come and pick for Ebonyi State, because we are one. We go straight to Delta State. I know why I call Anioma. From Delta State. Is anybody from Delta State? Come and pick one color on behalf of Delta State. River State. Any person representing Rivers? If there is none, somebody can please come up and pick for River State. Anybody from Bayelsa?
Bayelsa.
Bayelsa. If there is none, anybody can come up again and pick for on behalf of Bayelsa State, please.
Bayelsa is there. Christian.
Christian.
Come and pick color for Bayelsa. What?
I don't know where.
Oh, Christian.
Christian and Bayelsa.
We found it.
Akwa Ibom. Anyone from Akwa Ibom? Okay, I'll pick one on behalf of Akwa Ibom. Cross River State. If you know you are Cross River or you are auntie to marry to anybody from Cross River, you can come up and pick one for Cross River State. Anybody from Igala, Idoma? Igala, Idoma? Is there anybody?
If a woman come off.
Somebody can come and pick for Igala and Idoma, please. One caller, please. On behalf of Idoma people and the Igala people.
On behalf of Igala.
And now we go straight to the people we are in their land. The Spanish people.
Ahora vamos, que estamos, como yo he dicho antes, que estamos repartiendo, siguen orden de edad. Entonces ahora antes estamos en África, ahora estamos aquí en España y en catalán. Entonces ahora os toca.
First of all, anybody should come and pick for Spain, and then of course, if there are other visitors who are not from the name mentioned so far, please, you can come up and pick one color for yourself. Catalan? Is there any representative from Catalan? Extranjero?
¿Tienen extranjeros aquí también? Alguien que está extranjeros, papá, ponle a boca una. Vale.
¿De dónde viene?
All right. I hope the color note has taken its own shape now. I still want to do it.
I said, you know what? You're
all right. Please, I still want the representative of each unit. Please, Pastor Barnabas, come here, please.
Pastor Barnabas.
We're waiting for you here, please. Okay, your flight, come here. Please, every unit here have to be recognized. Actually, we call them out, but I'm going to pick color note for each unit to take back home.
Okay. You are in order. Please, I will call the units one after the other.
All right.
If you hear the name of a unit, you can come up and pick color. Unit 1, Girona. Anybody?
I added the Girona.
Yeah, somebody has already.
Girona. Please, I need camera.
Unit 2, big.
Big. Eba.
Unit 3, Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Spirit. That one. Oh, yeah.
Unit 4, Manresa.
Manresa.
And then Unit 5, Tarragona.
Tarragona.
Anybody? All right, thank you, sir. Well, I believe that everyone here has been recognized. I said earlier before, I see some flow again, that wherever you are the chairman to that seat. There is no chairman because we are not doing launching here. There is something that you know why you are here.
En cualquier lugar que estás sentada, que sepas que aquí no tenemos gente grandes ni gente pequeños ni más importante. Sabemos por qué estamos aquí y estamos todo en ello igual.
In the same conception of this kola nut, we also have a scratch mark here that says free will donation. So there we're going to be upcoming program we're going to have as free will donation. We're going to say it here today, but I think I'm going to leave that one now. Later, after the speech of the unit coordinators, we're going to go on that free will donation.
Que tenemos otra cosa que es que yo en mi palabra lo voy a poner donar algo de voluntad. Cualquier cosa que quieres, que puedes donar para ayudar gente que lo necesitan ahí.
All right. Now a speech from the unit coordinators and principal officers.
Ahora toca algunas palabras.
Speech from the coordinators.
Nos van a dar algunas palabras los líderes que tenemos aquí.
Hello. Hello. So I repeat my statement again. We are going to have speeches from the coordinators of each unit.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. IPOB. One family. IPOB. One family. One family. IPOB. Ikwere na Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Ikwere na Biafra, werere moto aka elu. Ikwere na Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Ikwere na Biafra, werere moto aka asimu. Ikwere na Biafra, Biafra ngewe mmeri. Ikwere na Biafra, werere moto aka elu. Ikwere na Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Ikwere na Biafra, werere moto aka elu. IPOB. Without taking much of the time, the coordinator of Catalonia Unit 3, Barcelona precisely.
No quiere tomar mucho tiempo, es el coordinador de Barcelona Unit 3.
We are the host of this program today.
Somos nosotros que estamos organizando este programa de hoy.
And we are very, very happy and pleased to have you in our midst today.
Y estamos muy contentos para tenerlos aquí hoy.
So we indulge you to relax, feel free,
Así que tienes que relajarte y sentirse bien.
and enjoy what we are going to present to you
Y
for today.
disfrutar que vamos a presentar hoy.
At the same time, I am the treasurer or the financial secretary of the Spanish, the coordinator of IPOB family here in Spain. We have a presentation to make. Please, it does not need much interpretation because it has a lot of, it has a little bit volume. But I will try as much as possible to be fast to read.
Que tiene una presentación para hacer que tiene un poco cantidad que no podemos traducir todo.
Okay. important to draw the attention of all Biafrans and in fact the international community as well as to what the Biafrans are fighting for, that is, the restoration of the Republic of Biafra. The series of injustice perpetrated against the people of Biafra was initiated by a mercenary soldier working on behalf of the British government. His name was Frederick Lugard. In the year 1914, Lugard, as colonial administrator and friend of the Hausa Fulani, using his connections with the British colonial office, committed the most outrageous fraud in human history by unilaterally declaring the amalgamation of northern and the southern protectorate in our part of Africa and naming these territories Nigeria. This British missionary did not consult the people before forcing them into an unholy union of his dreams. The name Nigeria was really a coinage from two words, Niger, that is the river Niger, an area meaning area of land around the river Niger. It does not require a rocket scientist or a wordsmith to forge this name. I understand that the name was in fact suggested by Lugard's wife, Flora Shaw. For Lugard to choose the name Nigeria for his contraption, it is clear evidence that he was only interested in the land and its resources, not in the well-being of people of diverse cultures inhabiting the land. So at initial, the name Nigeria was only geographical description without any cultural or historical content and has remained so up to today. For even Lugard himself described the north and the south as oil and water that can never mix. About 30 years into Lugard's experiment, in 1945 to be exact, the first catastrophe struck. Biafrans were slaughtered in northern Nigeria by the Hausa Fulani as a clear expression of their resentment of the amalgamation. In 1953, the Northerners struck again. Once more, Biafrans were the victims. The Nigerian census of 1956 was rigged in favor of the Northerners by their British friends, who inflated the population figures for the North to the detriment of the South. The pre-independent federal elections were similarly rigged by the departing British colonial administrators to benefit the North against the South. It was not therefore surprising that a few years after independence, Nigeria descended into anarchy and chaos. This time again, Biafrans were the target, chased away from all over Nigeria as hundreds of thousands of them were murdered in their northern Nigeria. In October 1966, Biafrans were pounded and massacred all over the northern Nigeria by the Hausa Fulani shouting Araba, Araba, meaning secession. The bruised and battered Biafrans returned to the safety of their homeland to nurse their wounds, abandoned by the federal government of the country to which they were supposed to belong. A national conference was held in Abuja, Ghana, under the chairmanship of General Ankara, the Ghanaian head of state. Far-reaching agreements aimed at keeping Nigeria together were concluded between General Yakubu Gowon, representing Nigeria, and General Chukwu Emeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, representing the people of Biafra. But in a most arrogant display of power, Nigeria unilaterally annulled those agreements. The Biafrans had no other choice than to declare their independence on May 30th, 1967. Instead of allowing Biafrans to nurse their wounds in the peace of their homeland, Nigeria, propelled by sheer hatred and arrogance of power, declared a war of aggression against the belligerent Biafrans. Nigeria wanted the land of Biafra without the people of Biafra and conducted a 3-year genocidal war to achieve that purpose. At the end of it all, over 5 million Biafran men, women, and children were killed in their homeland. There have never been anywhere that people of different cultures and religions have been forced to unite by sheer military means. The lie being bandied about by Britain and Nigeria was that if Biafra was allowed to secede from Nigeria, the whole of Africa would be afflicted by the disease of secession. Shamelessly, the so-called civilized world colluded with Nigeria in the massacre of millions of Biafrans, men, women, and children. The principle of human rights was thrown to the wind. Biafra was strangled by overwhelming military force, diplomatic fraud, and starvation. Even Christian charity organizations and the International Red Cross were dissuaded and frustrated by Britain and Nigeria from delivering urgently needs for material and medical which would have saved lives. Whether we believe it or not, there is a great being who is in control of events on earth. Some refers to him as Kama. We call him Chukwu Okike Abiyama, God. Nigeria thought that once Biafra was defeated in battle, everything would be already and should, Nigeria thought that once Biafra was defeated in battle, everything would be alright and she will live happily ever after. There is no way you can spill the blood of over 5 million people and expect that there would not be some retributions. We all know what is happening today in Nigeria. The truth is that a territory can never be more important than the people who live in it. That is the basic of principle of human rights. It is the wish of everybody concerned that Nigeria should disappear peacefully, letting the component parts of their way letting the component parts go their way after 100 years of unholy marriage that has refused to work, or Nigeria may choose to die a violent death. This will make no sense since too many lives have already been lost and the land is soaked in blood. Since all things made by mortal man perish, so shall Nigeria made by Freddy Lucas and his wife cease to exist, and from its ashes of the Republic of Biafra shall emerge. The case of India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh is one worthy of emulation. So also are the cases of former Czechoslovakia, former Yugoslavia, Ethiopia, and Eritrea, as well as Sudan and Southern Sudan. Thomas Jefferson, writing the American Declaration of Independence, said, and I quote, "When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political band which has connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal salvation to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitled them, a decent respect to the opinion of mankind requires that they should declare the cause which impel them to the separation. We hold this truth to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I hope the United Nations will be alive to live its responsibility this time around, and that the international communities will stop playing games with African lives. The loss of over 5 million Biafran lives can never be in vain. That will run counter to the principle of natural justice, laws of nature and nature's God. The people of Biafra have waited all these years for reason and common sense to prevail, for justice to be done so that old and current wounds can start to heal, and the spirit of over 5 million Biafran men, women, and children can start to rest in peace. It is time for the restoration of the Republic of Biafra. God bless people of goodwill around the world, and God bless Biafra. All hail Biafra! All hail Biafra! 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 Freedom!
Biafra.
Thank you very much.
Alright, we've heard from the coordinator of the Zone 3, Cataluna. Now I want to hear from the zone 2, sorry, because the 1 is not around. Anyone from zone 1 here? Girona? We've called it before. There's no one. Anyone from Girona here representing Girona? No one yet. So we have to pass it to the coordinator of Unit 2, which is Vicky.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
I welcome you all to this all-important gathering.
Os damos bienvenidos a este importante evento que tenemos que hacer hoy.
I thank the organizers of this event here in Barcelona because what they have done is like a journey of 1 million miles that I just started to step. I thank them especially because there is no extent of limitation to my joy or gratefulness.
Y doy gracias a Barcelona Unidad por organizar este evento porque no es algo fácil para hacer.
All of them that put hands together towards this occasion, may people bless all of them.
Que todo que han trabajado juntos para llegar aquí a un éxito, que Dios les bendiga.
Really, freedom fighting is not an easy task.
Luchar por libertad no es algo fácil.
I remember when I joined this struggle in 2014 here in Barcelona.
Me acuerdo cuando empezó por...
Some of my contemporaries are no more. Some of those that joined this struggle, then they are no longer here before.
Cuando empezamos no era algo fácil y hay mucha gente que empezaron con nosotros que no están aquí ahora.
And for those of them that are tenacious, steadfast,
Y por algunos que están aquí aún,
I pray to Chukwu Okeabiama that He will continue to strengthen them, increase them in all their daily endeavors.
y ahora está que Dios les bendiga en todo y que les enseñe un buen camino.
And I want to talk specifically
Y quiero hablar específicamente
to all our POB members here in Catalonia, especially here in Barcelona.
a gente de indígena del pueblo de Biafra aquí en Barcelona.
Please, in the name of God, I enjoin you to come out and join this program.
Por favor, en nombre de Dios, os pido que salgas de tus casas para venir a esta reunión.
All you can see what is going on in Nigeria we call the zoo.
Todo podéis ver qué está pasando ahí en Nigeria.
What is going on there is nothing to write home about.
¿Qué está pasando ahí? Es historia por otro día.
Life means nothing in Nigeria.
La vida cuesta nada para sacar.
And because of this, we enjoin you to come out and join the struggle because you are the one that will fight for your land.
Por eso os pido que salís por luchar por vuestra libertad, porque es vosotros que vais a hacerlo, nadie más.
If you don't want to come out, I want you to note today that the Fulanis are coming.
Si no quieres salir, tenerlo en cuenta hoy que gente que quieren llevarte o matarte están viniendo y están en la puerta.
But I thank you for bringing somebody like Mazem Namdekano.
Pero doy gracias a Dios por traer un líder como Nnamdi Kanu,
who has made it possible for us to see the future about what is going to happen in Nigeria.
que lo ha hecho posible para que veamos qué hay en el futuro.
These Fulani bastards, they are all over Biafra land, killing people, raping women, and it is quite unfortunate.
Esa gente de fulanis que están matando gente, están por toda parte, violando gente, robando, haciendo todo cosas malas que pueden hacer.
I want to also thank our visitors, especially the people from Spain.
Y yo quiero también dar gracias y bienvenidas otra vez a gente de España y que nos han venido a visitar.
Those that came for this particular event, they are here. I want to thank you all. May God Almighty bless all of you.
Que han venido por este evento, que Dios os bendiga.
My name is Adi Berucho Sunday. I hail from Ihia. Ihia is in Biafra land.
Mi nombre es Uche y yo soy de Ihiala en Biafra land.
I'm one of the principal servants of Vision for Biafra here in Catalonia as the coordinator of Unit 2B.
Soy el líder de coordinador Unidad 2.
Please, I want to speak briefly why we want Biafra to be restored. It's very, very important.
Quiero hablar en breve por qué necesitamos restaurar Biafra.
And why we say no to restructuring Nigeria.
Y por qué decimos no por reestructurar Nigeria.
For me and for indigenous people of Biafra, restructuring is not a panacea for Nigeria. Restructuring is an overstatement that is being spread all over Nigeria in order to deceive our people.
Estamos buscando libertad, pero gente de Nigeria no quieren que salimos, entonces dicen que vamos a organizar, reestructurar, hacerlo bien, pero para nosotros esto no va a funcionar.
I want to give you an example. A building that has no solid base or foundation cannot be restructured.
Un ejemplo, un edificio que no empezaron bien desde a fondo no puede estar bien.
That is the case of Nigeria.
Así es el caso de Nigeria.
Britain has no right or authority to bring people of different divergent ethnic groups together. In Nigeria, what you have is different people with ideological differences, with philosophical differences.
En Nigeria es un lugar muy complicado. Hay miles de lenguas y gente con varias culturas que no pueden llegar a un acuerdo.
What Britain did in Nigeria was exactly what they did in India, in Malaysia, and South Sudan.
Okay,
and I want to give you examples what happened in India, in Malaysia, and South Sudan to tell you that Britain is a devilish entity.
Que hicieron en el británico, ese gente británicos, así les llamo, que hicieron ahí, hicieron malas cosas porque fueron allí a buscar dinero y juntaron gente así.
In India, Britain, because of their belief of having a very big country, they brought people of different religious backgrounds together. Remember that in India, Pakistan was part of India, and what happened immediately Britain left was what is going on currently in Nigeria. People were being butchered, people were being massacred, there were a lot of killings in India because the majority of India are practicing Hindu, while the other majority are practicing Islam. And Britain brought these two religions together and formed one country. That led to civil unrest and mass killing in India until India was split into two, leaving the India that is practicing Hindu apart and Pakistan that is practicing Islam. And what we have now is relative peace in India. The same thing goes to Malaysia. Remember, Malaysia and Singapore were one country because of British selfish interests. They brought these people together, and no sooner had they left Malaysia and Singapore than the people started killing themselves, just like what you have today in Nigeria. And after some time, the two nations came to a round table and split into two. Now, Malaysia is currently one of the emerging economies in the world, and likewise Singapore. I'll go to Sudan. Britain also brought people of different religions. The southern Sudan, you have majority practicing Christianity, and then the northern Sudan, majority practicing Islam. But because of the resources in the south, Britain empowered the northern Sudan to control the southern Sudan, and there was anarchy, chaos for about 30 years in Sudan until recently. From United Nations resolutions, Southern Sudan was carved away from
from Sudan. I believe currently there's current peace in Southern Sudan. Initially, when the country started, there was a lot of upheavals, there was a lot of problems. But as I'm talking to you now, they are living peacefully because it is better for two brothers to fight and settle than for a foreigner to come and kill two brothers. I want to draw your attention, my dear people, that Nigeria cannot function because of divergent religious, ethnic, cultural differences. Let me give you an example. In Nigeria, you have two religions that are powerful, Christianity and Islam. According to Nigerian figure, 45% of Nigerians are Christians and 55% Nigerians are Muslims. You cannot bring these two religions together and form one country. It has never happened anywhere. That is what is rocking Nigeria. For relative peace to exist in Nigeria, there has to be a dichotomy. There has to be a division that will separate these people so that the people can now live happily. In Nigeria, as we have it, if you go to northern states like Katsina or Kaduna, alcohol is a crime. But where I come from, alcohol, it is not. It is not a crime for someone to drink alcohol. What happens is that if, for example, this is a bottle of beer, there is what is called VAT, value added tax, for every bottle of beer taken by somebody, for example, in Edo State. This VAT goes to the federal coffers. And then in Kano, alcohol is a crime. There is no VAT revenue coming from alcohol. But they are the sharing of the revenue formula of Nigeria. The VAT, which was collected from certain states like Edo State, Anambra, Lagos, and all that, will be shared among states in Nigeria. And Kano will partake. Not only that Kano will partake in the sharing, they will take a lion's share. That is not how to form a country. What is rocking Nigeria is fundamental. The constitution is wrong. Because in Nigerian constitution, you cannot claim you are secular. That is, you have freedom of worship, freedom of association or religion, and the other side of the same constitution, you have Sharia, which means if you change from Islam to Christianity, you are liable to death. That is one of the reasons why we believe that Nigeria cannot be together. Nigeria cannot be structured. Let me tell you something about Nigerian educational system. Nigerian educational system is a sham. The last time in Europe a university went on a strike was 73 years ago. That was in Oslo, Norway, because of what they called university autonomy. But in Nigeria, universities go on strike every now and then. And the one thing that is ironical is that these universities from different parts of the world produce graduates that are allowed to go into the labor market. What happens is that a graduate from Nigerian university cannot compete effectively with his or her counterpart from Europe. In Nigerian universities, we have departments of petroleum, petrochemical departments, or whatever it is called, charged with the responsibility of making sure that crude oil is refined. But what you have in Nigeria is, after graduating from some department, we tap crude oil and we send it abroad to refine and bring only kerosene, diesel, and petrol, leaving other byproducts. That is not how to form a country. During the Biafran War, Biafran engineers were able to refine crude oil. That happened about 50 years ago. Currently in Nigeria, there's nothing to write home about. The educational standard in Nigeria is very, very down. And that is why we want Biafra. We want a situation whereby a student from any of the Biafran regions who is brilliant will be given the opportunity to attain his or her potential. In Nigeria, what they call is the Unity School of Government Colleges. If your child is from Anambra State, you have to score 137 points to get admission. If you are from Edo State, you have to score 135 points to get admission. Then if you are from Gombe, if you score 2 marks. Sometimes, mere appearance will give you the opportunity to get admission. That is not the type of country we want. We don't want a country where we will see different armed forces, the police, the military, the naval, the navy, the naval forces, the air force, the road safety, all of them on the streets with AK-47. Who are they looking? Who are they aiming? Ever since I came to this country, I've never seen the military on the street. The type of Biafra is, the type of Biafra we want is a Biafra that will be devoid of all these forces on the roads, who are terrorists, who are killing people, who can kill because of 15 naira. 15 naira is less than 20 cents. That is the type of Biafra we want. So I enjoy all of you who are here, those I call lovers of freedom, to come out and join the struggle towards making sure that Biafra is restored. Because the restoration of Biafra will mean that we have good hospitals, we have good roads. Let me tell you something that I witnessed, or what I heard from somebody about 4 weeks ago here in Barcelona. Somebody who traveled to Namibia. Namibia is a country of about 1.6 million people. He said he traveled over 3,000 kilometers without potholes. And the size of Namibia is almost the same size. Namibia is about 600 and something square kilometers. One is 800 and something square kilometers. But if Namibia, a country of 1.6 million, can build roads, can build rails that will traverse or go across the entire geographical space, what prevents Nigeria, in view of all her talents, human and natural resources, from doing so? What is the distance from Lagos to Asaba, for example, that Nigeria cannot construct? Someone said what astonished him was that in Namibia, you can go to the museum and there will be no security. That will tell you how standard Namibia is. The population is not even up to the population of one state in Nigeria, like Edo State or Anambra State. It beats my imagination. It makes me to think that something is really wrong with the people in Nigeria. And that is why we say we want Biafra, want to go away from Nigeria, because nothing is working. If you go over Biafran land, what you see is these Fulani bastards from northern Nigeria, all over Biafra land, extorting people, beating people, raping, and in the process they kill at will. And nobody is held responsible. If you look at pictures we have here, these are real. They are real pictures. We didn't make them up. And so there is no way, as my brother read, you can kill people, over 5 million people, and still counting, and you expect there will be some sort of retribution or counter. Otherwise, it will run counter to natural justice. Because Nigeria is academia, field of blood. And the blood of innocent Abel, as long as Nigeria continues to exist, we continue to hunt for Cain. That is our prayer. And a call for Biafra referendum is not a call for war. We don't mean to fight anybody. We want to get Biafra through a peaceful agitation. We are calling on world leaders, even Nigerian government, to give what they did for the referendum. Thank you. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra.
Sorry, due to time factors, I said earlier that we are going home very, very fast, and for those who are living very far, like Big, Tarragona, Maresa, and etc., please, anyone that is speaking now, just more than 5 minutes. Thank you. So, pass on to you.
Buenas tardes, señoras y señores. Bienvenido. Me llamo señor Collins. Yo soy el coordinador de Unidad de 4 en Manresa. Yo no tengo mucho para hablar con vosotros. La única cosa de liberación independentista como nosotros no es una cosa fácil. Tenemos mucha experiencia. Si tú estás estudiando la historia de Cataluña, tú vas a ver, hace muchos años todavía Cataluña está en España. ¿Por qué estamos aquí? Esa es la primera cuestión. ¿Por qué nosotros, como gente como nosotros, podemos estar con este tipo de gente? Para tener libertad no puede ser una persona que tiene una educación o como bachillerario o BSc o una persona que tiene educación. No, mira como nosotros estamos aquí, no tenemos nada como yo. Solamente yo sabe escribir y sabe leer. Siempre cuando yo veo una cosa como así, señores y señores, hay muchas cosas que pasan en mi corazón. Si vosotros no sabéis qué está pasando, solo esta foto, solo esto, solo esto, puede ser mi hermano. Mira a los niños que estaban ahí, tienen futuro. No tenemos armas. No tenemos armas. Solamente para pelear. Hemos a saber, el año pasado ya pasó una cosa aquí en Cataluña. No hay ningún militar que tiene pistola para matar gente porque ellos están haciendo, ellos son independentistas. No. Todo el mundo tiene independentista. Todos los países del mundo. Rusia. Napoleón Bonaparte en Francia. Estamos preguntando por qué no podemos vivir juntos. Es como una señora o una señora está junto y la señora dice, yo no quiero casar más. Y coge una pistola, pum, 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 pum. ¿Qué pasa? Yo no voy a hablar mucho, porque yo soy un chico independentista. Está dentro de mí. Pero la única cosa yo no voy a decir, todo lo que estamos hablando, es para hablar este tema a los gente del mundo, para saber. Porque la cosa de Biafra está en nuestra mano. El país de Nigeria no tiene nada para hacer. Con nuestro un duro solamente podemos bombardear en Nigeria. No es como Antigua de 1966. No, pero no queremos esto. Lo único que queremos es así, total segregación en el norte y el oeste. Total separation from the north and from the west. No all this talking. No. But the time have come where the world power will understand Biafra is a sovereign state, either by partnership or by what? By war. Pero no queremos guerra por un momento, porque hay muchos niños. Ya he dicho, mira cómo estamos aquí. Cuando estamos preparados para luchar contra Nigeria, el problema de Nigeria, no es una cosa para comprar una cosa de arma nuclear. Este cuesta mucho dinero para llevar eso con el barco. No. Hemos a saber qué ha pasado en este país que está en Asia con Estados Unidos, ¿cómo se llama? Vietnam. Los vietnamitas no tienen nada. Guerrilla warfare. Pero no queremos esto por un momento. Estamos hablando con vosotros para saber qué está pasando a nosotros. Cada día los madres que tienen hijos como así, tienen 2 años, cada día se lloran. Y el gobierno no puede hablar con ese tema. Sale en la televisión y dice, mira qué está haciendo, no está bien. Ellos no están haciendo eso. Cada día estamos aquí, da gracias a Dios estamos aquí, pero cada día tenemos que enviar dinero para que se ha matado gente. Y el mundo no quiere hablar mucho. Yo soy un chico, yo no hablo mucho cosas como así. No. Es para decir de verdad. Pero antes, cuando hablan muchos, vamos a no hablar más con ese tema. Y los Nigeria van a saber qué está pasando con los iPod que están en Europa. Gracias.
Sorry, I think time is no longer our friend, but we have to give one opportunity right now for someone to speak concerning this issue. I will round up. If there's any audience here that have a question, please get your question prepared.
Que por tiempo vamos a dar oportunidad a una persona para hablar y también si tienes alguna pregunta que lo preparas para hacer.
All right, sorry, sir. We have to give you less opportunity. 5 minutes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Brothers and sisters, you are very, very welcome. Hello. Hello, Biafras. Sorry for my distraction initially. I was trying to put up noise time so that I would leave to the ground because of the time will start and my distance. So, gentlemen and ladies, why we are here is because of these Biafra issues. And we that we are talking about Biafra, the most important thing for us is for us to join hands and know what we are fighting for. Not actually that we are talking Biafra, Biafra, and making it loud, but rather in our mind, how are we going to take it up? How are we going to manage and see that what we are fighting, the referendum we are going about, how it's going to work? Because many we are called, we are free, we are chosen. I've been hearing about this Biafra issue. I would say, because I don't like lying about this. That's why most times we say we are together, but we are not together. If we are talking about Biafras. Today, we are in Barcelona. How many Barcelonas are here? But when you go outside there, everybody will be shouting Biafra, Biafra. I came back from Madrid this morning because we have an appointment. Though officially, Tarragona have not been recognized as a region in Biafra. But I have to make it so that I will be here. As a matter of this is my first time being in the congregation of Biafra. I have to give my thanks to the coordinator and the zonal Biafra executives who have put it up like this, and for me to witness what is going on. In nutshell, I would like to inform you that soon that Tarragona will be inaugurated.
All right. Thank you, sir, for your time, and we really appreciate you for your comments. Thank you so much. All right. Most of us must have heard what has happened right now, and you have prepared your question. It's time for question, please. If you want to ask any question, raise your hand, please. All right, number one. Any other person? Let us know how many people ask questions because I don't want to overflow here. One. Checking. Only one person have question here. For those who are not becoming meeting for each zona you are, and you're here today, if you have a question to ask now, please ask.
Si tienes alguna pregunta o algo que quieres que le aclaran, que no entienden bien, ahora es tu oportunidad para hacerlo.
Well, I'm giving this opportunity because most of us that is here today have not been seeing you from in any zona, if I will say so. There are those who are in the big, which have not been here. I've not seen them in that zone. Those in the train, I've not seen you, but I'm seeing your face here. I like the welcoming your presence here. Now I want to see if you have any question to ask. Why you're not coming to the meeting or not? Please ask your question now. Before then, let me give the pastor opportunity to speak. Then you ask your questions. Please, thank you.
Hello? IPOB.
One family.
One family.
IPOB.
I want to greet you all in the name of our Lord Jesus. Please, I am here as a member of the family of IPOB. I am from Ehimebano in Biafra land. I am Barnabas working. And I want to greet my coordinators and the leaders of Biafra for this struggle all over the world, wherever you are. I want to say a few things based on the word I marked from what the coordinator said. Number one, I marked the word restoration. Restoration is bringing back that which has been existing, which is to say Biafra has been existing in the heart of God before creation. I'm not giving you story. I am telling you the reality. If you are in the spirit, you will understand. And if you talk about history, history has no meaning except the story of God. That is why it is called history. And a nation that's supposed to be restored is a nation that is blessed. But unluckily and unfortunately entered into the hand of the enemy. And the enemy, knowing the potential that the nation has, knowing how blessed that nation is, the enemy decided to hold that nation bound. That is what Biafra is suffering today. A people that know not God came in, hijacked who we are, and be ruling over us, and today we have no say, we have no mouth, we have no freedom. And that's why we are crying. And that's what touched me to be part of this struggle. I came in here today with a word of encouragement to let you know that it does not please God and it does not please us concerning what we are suffering in the hand of Nigerians. Talking about how they are ruling Nigeria and what is happening in Nigeria is not our business. Our business is let God, as He has granted us the struggle and the strength to fight for our freedom, let that freedom be granted unto us. I like the word restoration. We are going back to who we were. We are going back to possess our land. The enemy has taken hold of our land, taking hold of what God has blessed us with from the time immemorial. But it's time for us to go back and take it. I thank God for our brother, the supreme leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nafika, wherever he is. This is a man that put my attention. Listen, my father said, how to know a strong man is when a strong man kills somebody and the villagers gather and ask, who killed? The strong man will say, I am the one that killed. Those who kill and hide, they are not strong. They are cowards. But it takes a strong man to say, if I die, I die, but my people will be free. I want to call all of you who are Biafrans, who are here, wherever you are, all over the world, hearing my voice. I want to wake you up. We cannot die as cowards. We are blessed people from the heart of God. That's why we are called Biafrans. We are the source of the history of Nigeria. Without Biafra, there is no Nigeria. Now, it is hard to think about our freedom. Somebody asked me 2 days ago, are you sure that this freedom will happen? I told him, as long as that freedom has existed in the heart of God, it must surely come to pass. Amen. And another word I want to drop is this. There's a word I marked also where he mentioned declaration of freedom. Now, let me not forget. Structuring Nigeria or not structuring Nigeria is not our business. Let them structure themselves. But let them release Biafrans to go. Why I decided to join this struggle was from what God revealed to me. I was thinking about this, and the Lord showed to me where Biafrans went home in peace. Amen. I thank God for the I am not here to play or to show the fact that I'm a pastor. No, I am telling you the reality. The Biafrans, the Lord showed me, in fact, small children, little children, they were carrying their bags, going home. When you see them, you sympathize with them. But they were full of happiness because they are going back to where they were hijacked. Now, remember when God told Moses to go and liberate the people of Israel from the hands of Pharaoh and his people. The Bible called Pharaoh taskmaster. Nigerians are our taskmasters. When Pharaoh refused, God told him, let my people do what? Go. Pharaoh still refused. That's what we are fighting today. They tried to kill our supreme leader, but it didn't work. That was still the same thing that was happening. Moses will go and they will chase him back. And he will go again and they will chase him back. I came here today wearing red. This is my first time to wear this attire. And I want to let you understand that it means the blood. And when Pharaoh refused, God told him, I will show you that I made you so that I will demonstrate my power in you. Whoever is the strong man in Nigeria, we are addressing you with our heart bleeding, with our heart full of sorrow, that our God, will show you why he made you. I don't know who is sitting there, but those who are sitting there, God, who is a merciful God, who knew why he created Biafra, will show to them that he made them to demonstrate his power, and that time to demonstrate God's power against them is now. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
It took blood before Israelites were released. But our people have sacrificed enough blood. I heard from the word of God that the blood of Abel cried unto God. Tell me which blood that was slaughtered and massacred mercilessly that will not cry unto God. The evil that is happening in that nation today is as a result of the voice of the blood of the innocent people that they have been killing. I don't think somebody is getting what I'm saying. Can you imagine a nation that will go and hire a stranger to rule over them? I don't know if you have slept over it and thought about it. Where on earth will it happen? I will come and hire you, no matter how friendly we are, for you to come and rule me in my father's house and take over my inheritance. Can you say God forbid?
God forbid.
It's an abomination. All hail Biafra. So my last word is this. When it was hard for Pharaoh to release Israel, God encouraged the Israelites, the remnant, those that were still alive, that they would get to the promised land. So I came with that word to my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are all over the world. Be courageous. The time is now. And if I preach the gospel of our Lord Jesus, and I do not preach the gospel of the freedom of Biafra, my message is not complete. Because I have where I'm coming from. So wherever you are, I want to encourage you. Wherever you are, I want you to be strong. As a Biafra, don't fight the fight of a coward. We are not going into war, but we are going and fighting them spiritually and with whatever is made available to us. I'm talking about media. We have already defeated the tax masters that are holding us bound. So I want to encourage you, wherever you are, coordinators who have never slacked for one day, may God strengthen you the more. Mazin Labikano, our spring leader, I know that this message you will be hearing it. We are encouraging him, praying for him, studying for him, spiritually and otherwise. And every good Biafra all over the world, don't mind those who are hypocrites. Don't mind those who are eating their money on our head. If God says we will go, they will all vomit whatever they have eaten. So my word is to encourage you, my brothers and my sisters. God, who is invisible and who does visible things, is on our side. All hail Biafra. May God bless you all. May God bless you all. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank God that we've all heard from the horse's mouth, and we are well convinced and not confused. We know where we are going.
Hemos escuchado todo lo que han dicho y que estamos convencidas que sabemos dónde vamos.
So there's something that I left behind, which is donation, and I want to make some clearance concerning this donation, free will donation. For those who don't understand, I want to explain more.
Como hemos dicho antes, que vamos a donar, vamos a dar cualquier cosa que tengáis de voluntad, como tú quieres, para ayudar gente que están ahí en el hospital y gente que necesitan comida también en África, en Biafra, porque mucha gente está...
All right, she has actually explained what I want to say right now. And for those who don't really understand Spanish, we're just trying to say that we do make some little donation each day. We go to our meetings, which we had once in a month. That donation, where does it go to? It doesn't go to us, neither anyone that is here. There are a lot of people who have paid sacrifice at home, putting their life into the struggle. And most of us here, how do we help them? How do we support them? Some of them lost their parents, some of them lost their children, and etc. So what we are urging and begging every one of us here is just support whatever you can to support. Like in the principal officer that we are, to give about 20 euros, 30 euros, and etc. So why are we giving this? Because I had a story. I was not born in 1967 or 1965. Yeah, I had a story that when the Biafran we have been dealt with, we are left with just only 20 naira. I think so. 20 naira. And sorry? 20 pounds, okay. If I'm not, okay. That's why you see, someone told me that when they took one for a donation somewhere, when we got there, they were expecting to give 1 billion naira and that stuff. When they took one day after two talks and everything, they say he talked about 30 minutes, he talked 20 naira. And somebody did not understand it. So that was what we were left with. And right now, we stick to it. And that means wherever you go, we are here now in Spain, we donate 20 euros as a principal officer, 30 euros another way. So support those who are sick, those who are in the hospital, those who love on their legs, their hands, and etc. That's who what eyes. That's it shouting Biafrans. But we are here. Sorry, I think you have said that.
Perdón, que también tenemos que pensar en gente que han perdido su vida, que han perdido sus niños, que han perdido uno de piernas, manos, brazos. Hay gente que han perdido casas también. Por eso estamos viendo cualquier cosa que puedes, 20 euros, 30 euros también. Hay gente que están trabajando en redes sociales para libertad de Biafra, que necesitan algo como cámara, algo como smartphone, cualquier cosa que tú puedes dar, cualquier cosa. Yo, por ejemplo, no quiero ponerme a imaginar el sufrimiento que ha llegado a pasar a madre de estos niños que han perdido la vida, o gente que han perdido sus casas. Hay cosas que podemos hacer, hay cosas que no podemos hacer. Pero es un pecado cuando hay algo que tú puedes hacer para ayudar y no lo vas a hacer o no lo hagas. Para mí es un pecado. Entonces por eso pedimos el nombre de Dios, cualquier cosa. Por favor, pensar en gente que están sufriendo. No es para nosotros que estamos aquí, no, pero para gente que lo necesitan, porque sí que lo necesitan. Gracias.
All right, please, before your question comes up, because that's going to be more regard final, we have some items from the IPOB, from our great leader, Mazina Decano. We have some bangles here, different type of made. We have some necklaces. We also have the IPOB CD is also here. We also have the badge. If you want to represent, I'm not ashamed of Biafra. Every time I put on this, even I cannot put it on often because of washing. But this one you cannot wash it. You put it on 247. As you can see now, I just bought this right now in my lips. You can see my hands. So to show you, IPOB is not by mouth. Struggling is not by mouth. It's by action. So if you cannot go with your leg, let your pocket speak. Do you understand? Thank you.
Por favor, como he dicho antes, que algo que tienes, por favor, cualquier cosa, 20 euros, 10 euros. Y también podemos hacerlo, si puedes apuntar, pero no es apuntar por falsa, pero apuntar para cumplir. Si no has venido con el dinero, pero tú quieres participar, tú quieres dar, puedes apuntar tu nombre y cuánto vas a dar y cómo, vamos a coger el dinero, por favor. Estoy esperando. As he's going around, whatever, put hand in your pocket. Let me speak in English. Put hand in your pocket so that the white people will not think we are talking only them. Please, you can do something, and you are not moving. Ladies, bring out your handbags. You start, and the guys, please, you people have to do something. Please, I don't want to go around by myself, because if I can even take your wallet. Please, you can do better. Here, and you want to participate. Y no tienes dinero y quieres participar, por favor. No, tú nos das tu nombre y que puedes dar. Y, por favor, you can do better. What does that ever
No, let's be realistic with that.
Because Chelo Kangaro no buy because uno nanya na photo or ihe ga photo well dey with uno ga home ihe na-eme na Nigeria, ihe na-eme n'obodo anyị, ọ na-agbanya mmiri. You don't even want to think about it because it's heartbroken. Many people are struggling. Many are still in the hospital. Please put down your name, participate, and God will bless all of us. God is going to bless all of us as you are doing it. In Chukwu Okike Abiama's name we pray.
You see, sorry, as it's going on, please, whatever you want, who is in charge of this? This man, please, see whatever you want here. So you can give money. Thank you. So whatever you want, the bank stuff, anything you want, the CDs, everything here. The books, they are all here. Just 10 euros. These are our theater right now. Okay, right now we have one last presentation by one of our brothers, please. After him, I know most of you are waiting for the questioning, please. That should be the last one. So that after the questioning, then it will be going on. We'll just be here. We don't want to time. Our time was 9 o'clock. Maybe by 8:30 we should be giving you. So let me give time for Galas, please. Thank you. Sorry, the question is from the letter.
Oh, hey, Biafra. Oh, hey, Biafra. Muname Kalamundo. Hello, sir. Hello, before Muana Ganeru, brothers and sisters, Papa them, Mama them, I greet you all. Anyway, it's been long we have been fighting for Biafra, okay? And but the oppressors insist not to let us go. Okay? We are peaceful people. And we want to live in peace and harmony. Okay, now, we have lost life in the past. And up to date, we are still losing lives. But my question is, to the oppressors, where do they have their conscience of losing this life every time? The great criminals, the Great Britain, and then, the Nigerians. It's time to let Biafra go. We can still live in peace with proper negotiation. Nigeria is 58 years old, right? Nigeria is 58 years old, sorry. But we are still blind. Sorry to say that, but it is what it is. We have had enough. Let Biafra go. Chukwu Okike Abiama said, you should let his people go. You can't enslave them forever. It's time for Biafra to go. Yes. Let's not talk about the dramatic system going on in Nigeria today, because it is well clear to goat and the cows that Nigeria has no future, even 100 years to come, because they are under a spell by the colonial masters. Millions of lives have gone because of this, and still yet no solution for these tragedies. Brothers and sisters, I wonder why we live in a society where people care about your wealth and they don't give a damn about your life. When a man's dead body is being carried on a casket, it looks like a bunch of wood to a stranger. Let the world, the UN, United Nations, grant us our freedom. We don't ask for much, but our freedom. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Someone, I can be bold enough to say his mind is a warrior. Some of us here, we are singing with our jacket and our suit. We cannot speak our mind. It's an open air. This record is going world. Please come out and speak your mind. We need our land to be restored. We need Biafra. So is there anyone asking, please, the only one person have seen his hands? Any other person again, the one, the record two? Any other person again, please? Any other person? Only two people? Only two people? Alright, I start from the back. Sir, please, can you come over here? Your name, please, and where are you? This side. Both in here, and this pen as well. Thank you.
IPOB. My name is Mr. Solomon Chukwemeka. I'm an Igbo tribe of the Biafra. And actually, first and foremost, I must use this very great opportunity to appreciate all the coordinators of this Biafra. In fact, we are all doing so good, perfectly good. And actually, it has been a worldwide news, amongst news being talked of. And the question goes like this. Because all this while, in every media, they have been talking about Biafra. Most cases have been seen in other countries. When things happen in Venezuela, I found out that Spanish television do talk about it. When something happened in some other poor countries, even if they kill a soul, Spanish television do talk about it. But this very Biafran of a thing that has happened, souls have been dying now and then, but I have not for once seen it spoken of here in Spanish television or any other European television, except in other medias which we use. Based on this, I stand on the ground asking this question globally. You, the entire world, we all have been seeing all you have been doing. And our eyes have opened, and we have understood beyond the eye can see every secrecy that you have been doing with us, the Biafrans, and have been silenced based on the facts of that token of thing you call money, which I titled and I called debt. Please, people should help us evangelize this Biafran by talking about Biafran in your own TV, Spain and Italy, France, other TV stations, so that the whole world will know what is happening to us and will come to rescue, because we need our nation. We are once a nation and never under a nation. So thank you all, and I thank you all, and I'm glad you do well. My question is, why is it that Biafra is not spoken of in Spanish television like they used to do in other countries?
Alright, alguien que está en la catalana ya se pregunta, ¿y por qué la cosa de Biafra no saca televisión? How do you say in Spanish? Si no escuchamos en televisión, en radio y nadie, ¿y por qué? Necesito alguien que pueda diferenciar. Who can please help us? Anybody? Successor.
All Biafra. Yeah. As regards to the question our brother just asked, why is it that our every day what is going on in Biafra land, if I may say, is not being shared to the whole world? I could remember also that that was last year when we had our rally, one of the rallies we had in the United States of America. It happened that one of the newscasters, or those who share this information to the world, they were there. When they saw the Biafrans, they moved their camera to the other way. And a brother was asking them, why are you not covering us? And the answer was, do you want me to lose my job? We are people that they never want to remember us again. They just want to clear us from it is more of us having our freedom. It is more of us having our land. The problem we have is that we are peculiar people. We are different people. A lot of things that is going on in Biafra land, that is why, if I should say, that Nnamdi Kanu in some of his broadcasts we say, and it was he said, you must present yourself to the world, because if you want them to present you, they will never. We are very lucky. I want to say this. When Donald Trump won his election as the first president of America, I was following the program. If you watch the CNN, the BBC, most of the international media, they were counting on what is the name of this woman? Hillary Clinton. They were counting on Hillary Clinton as the almost winner of this particular election. But Donald Trump won his election through Twitter. It was on Twitter that if you are following him on Twitter, you will know that you will see the real counting going on. Until that day, we had to follow the program until morning because our director was following the program also right from prison. So what I'm trying to say in effect is this. If we want them to project us to the world, if you see what I read here, there are things that I thought that I couldn't finish reading here, where it says that Russia, even Spain that we are here today, and other international communities participated in making sure that Biafra will not restore. Now it is our own opportunity. That is why we are saying, if you want us to restore our nation, most of us are here today because they saw the information on the Facebook. I know about 2 persons that are here today. They are here because they said they saw this flyer, this advert on the Facebook, and they are here today. We have to carry our cross by ourselves. I don't know if you understand me. If you want them to carry our cross, they will never carry our cross. The director said something. He said that during the canvassing of Biafra, there was a country that he went to. They threw them out of the office and said, you have to leave because you are not serious. You fought the war for over 30 years ago, and you left, you never came back again. Go and fight for your freedom. When you are serious, we know that you are what? You are serious, then we'll come and help you. Just 2 weeks ago, if I'm not making a mistake, the director came live in Israeli television. Israeli television that he came out is #1. It's like when you are talking on the television of Spain, 24. I think that is 24 or TV1. You are talking about like Nigeria, you are in NTA channel station. You are #1 station where politically the world watches this television. So where our director went to was the #1 television in Israel. So we have made a good step by getting to that place. So, but the remaining is us here. I have to project myself to the world and let them, I am a Biafran, I need my freedom. Everybody will keep asking you, where are you? Who are you? When I go to work, people ask me, who are you? Why are you wearing this? What you tell them, I am a Biafran, just like what the pastor said. But we cannot do this in our private homes. We must come out. Imagine that all the people are here, half of what is here today, wear this uniform and start moving on the streets of Catalonia. There must be people to picture you and ask, who are these people? We have the privilege of having the Twitter account here now. We have the Facebook, we have other social media where we can project what is going on. What we are doing today, if you go to TV, Biafra television, during the week you are going to see this. We have to carry our cross ourselves. We must project ourselves before the world. Thank you very much.
IPOB, one family. Well, first of all, normally I want to thank all of you, the coordinators of this great event. I'm thanking the coordinators. I say, may Almighty God continue to, strengthen you all. It's not an easy work, we know. But one good thing I know is that our victory is already sure. The victory is sure. IPOB. Well, I had wanted to ask a question. The question the first person asked was almost what I had wanted to ask. It's all about publicity, so to say. Because when we don't put more emphasis in what we are doing, to the other people, to the next person, it may seem as if we are not actually serious. In as much as we are serious, but it might not, it's like have a weight in them. Like for me, it is because of my constant, stand over this thing that I believe. Because one thing I know about me is that anything that is not okay with me, I don't venture in it. What I don't believe in, I don't venture in it. I'm a Christian because I believe in God. And also a member of IPOB because I believe in my country, which is Biafra. IPOB. So, as a stance, as I continue to defend my stand with the Yoruba colleague precisely, it was him that yesterday, my cousin was about to say, you know that you people are having a meeting. I said, really? He said, look at it here. I was surprised. This thing was sent to a Yoruba, the invitation was sent to a Yoruba boy or a man. And I was unaware of what is happening in my own country. So to some extent, we have to buckle up in that very aspect. IPOB, one family. Now, all said and done, we know, with all thanks to our supreme leader, Master Nnamdi Kanu, whom God has been using because he's not him. He is God that has placed him there, and it's God that worked out the freedom through him. But one thing that is sure, or maybe one thing that is there is, while we are doing our things, like the scripture says, he that wants to be the path will cut the cost and then make out the strategic plans as to be able to fulfill it. Now, in as much as we know that God is on our side, he will not give us just it's like a free decision just to work as we are. For all said and done, it's all about referendum. How do we, me and you, with every assurance in us, make this thing a success? Because when you go into this media to some extent, you find that most of our people, even there, try to segregate themselves from anybody that is attached or maybe has anything to do with us. Get what I'm saying? Because it happened to me. So how are we doing? Where is the formidability in this struggle that we are pursuing? Are we sure that we want to get to that place, or are we just leaving everything and believing that God will do it for us while we sit back? Are you hearing what I'm asking?
Yeah, very well, very well.
Are we sure of where we're going? Are we putting all those things in place to make sure that we get to this promised land, or do we just want to relax and see, okay, probably, or we just believe that God will do it for us? So, how do we intend to get to this referendum, which will come through by a boycott of the election. Because when we look at the things on ground today, we find out that of a truth, people are going to vote that day. What do we do to make sure that we bring those people that are still there to come to our side? Because the higher the boycott is the weight of what we are doing will be to the entire world, so to say. IPOB?
One family.
This is my question.
IPOB. Nabora, thank you very much for your question. As regards what we are doing earnestly towards the restoration of Biafra, I want to recall what happened some few months ago. You know, IPOB has a structure. We are aware that members of the Directorate of State were invited by United Nations headquarters in Sweden.
Please, silent, please. The noise is getting much. Please, silent.
They were invited,
For those who are
and
serving the food,
the
please.
delegation was led by our deputy, Mazi Uchemefo. I don't think it is apt or it is right for them to come and tell us in the open the accord or agreement reached. But all we know is that they were invited and some sensitive issues were discussed. I think that is a step in the right direction. We want to achieve Biafra through a peaceful means. And that is why we are calling upon all and sundry that we should be given date for referendum. I want to draw attention about countries that in the past achieved freedom by way of referendum. There is something I want to read for you. The referendum which Biafrans are calling for is the one that will be mandated and supervised by United Nations, which is external to and above the powers of Nigeria. I want to read this into it because some of the TOMTEM Thomases we have in Biafra land, they will always want to take you to the fact that a referendum must be triggered off by a bill passed by Nigerian National Assembly. That is a lie. So the type of referendum we are fighting for is one that is external to and above the powers of the Nigerian National Assembly. Here are a few examples. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Please, I need our attention. It's very, very important. We are not here today to go and never come back again. God forbid. The purpose of our being here today is to know why we are not, this number of people are not in our meetings. To be a Biafra is a great privilege that you are a part of this struggle. I must say this, I always say this. Director said this the other day, and when he said it, I never knew he would say this. For you to be part of this struggle, it is a great privilege to you. You must know this is very important. So we need people to concentrate so that if you have questions, you ask. If you go home, that you can digest what we did today, it will help us so much. Please, we pray for your indulgence. Thank you very much. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. As I was saying, we are fighting for Biafra that will be restored through referendum, and it is peaceful. And to state, especially against those who are biased, that we cannot achieve this through referendum. That is why I took time to put this thing down. You can go and make research whether what I'm about to say is true or not. Here are a few examples of referenda conducted without passing a bill through the National Assembly of any country. Number one, the Naivasha Agreement of January 9, 2005 paved the way for referendum of South Sudan. And this was not done through a bill to the Sudanese National Assembly. Nigeria knows that she can be compelled by powers that be at the nick of time to conduct referendum. This happened due to intervention of the United Nations and the Intergovernmental Authority of Development, EGA. That was January 9, 2005. I want to draw your attention about what happened in the case of Biafra in the past. You know, Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia was the chairman of OAU during the Nigerian Biafran Civil War. And as the chairman of OAU, remember, Eritrea was fighting for her freedom. So he used his connection as the chairman and blocked all the case of presentation of Biafra before the international community. But what we have today, Eritrea, after 30 years of brutal war, is now an independent nation. Secondly, after 30 years of brutal war between Eritrea and Ethiopia, that's what I want to talk about now. The UN General Assembly passed a resolution 41-114 on December 16, 1992 for referendum on Eritrea, which was conducted between April 23rd and 25th, 1993, leading to the independence of Eritrea. The Eritrean referendum was never taken through the Ethiopian National Assembly. So, my dear brother, all we need is for you and I to put our hands together, put our brains together, and make sure we are fighting towards one objective in unity and in progress, because divide will fall. We thank God that we have a leader who is visionary in the person of Master who has paved the way that we may see the effort in the contract called Nigeria. And lastly, the UN Security Council resolution of 690 of April 29, 1991 for the upcoming referendum on Western Sahara, which did not wait to be passed through the National Assembly of Morocco. Therefore, the argument that the referendum on Biafra must only come through a bill passed by the National Assembly is untenable. Just like as my co-coordinator said, I remember in 2014, Mazen Nando said on Radio Biafra, but well, let me tell you something. I'm a hard nut to crack. I'm always stubborn. Before joining IPOB, I had to listen to Radio Biafra for at least 3 months. And I was lucky in that when Mazen Nandekano was touring Italy, from Padova to Vicente, then I heard on the radio that he would visit Barcelona. And that was when I came. I saw him. I had no doubt that this man was sent to come and deliver our paper. So, we have the materials. All we need is for all of us to work together. What? Okay. All we need to do is for us to work together. If we work towards this with all our hearts, with all our might, we are going to achieve Biafra. So I enjoy everyone, especially those of us here in Barcelona. Let us go out and spread the good news. Let us call our people, evangelize. We need more of evangelism here in Barcelona, so that our people will come out of man, because the time is already right. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra. Yeah, thank you, brother, for that explanation. I don't know if you have another person with any other question to add while we are enjoying the meal. Like, if I may add an addition to what our brother just said, Most of us in this struggle, we came here because we want to be free. While we are eating today, you see this food, when you watch these kids over there, look at them sitting down there. It is very, very simple to understand. Look at those two kids there sitting down. Upon all what we are eating here, they don't care that we are eating. Imagine if this is done in Africa. You will see that these kids will be crying because they want to eat. I don't know if you understand me. It's a very simple example of what is going on in Africa. Look at them, they don't care, they are playing. You give them the food, they don't want to eat. Why? Because they have it. But in Africa, you see them fighting for, even the one that is on the floor, they will try to pick it, secretly pick the food and put it inside their mouth. Do you know that in Biafra land, that is a sacrilege that the first son of a family will stay out of the country? Do you know this? Do you know this? If you don't, I'm telling you today. But most of us here are the first son of their family. But we're here today. Why are we here? This is one. Do you also know that the reason why you are here is because without you, your family at home are suffering? Why is it that every time you are working, because they told us that when you come to Europe, the life is everything is settled. But you are here, the life is not settled, because while you are here, you are cracking your brain how to send money to people at home. Most of us here spend their salary money before the end of the month. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Most of us came to Europe without knowing where their passport or their bag were left up to today. I have some brothers that are here today that they are begging to leave here in Europe. Maybe in the next 5-6 years to come, or less than that, they will find their future. And even if as they are here suffering, their parents are at home jubilating that for having their brother or their son across Europe, that life will do what? Will change. Then what of those who doesn't have the opportunity to travel abroad? Why is it that you, before you came up here at home, you can stay outside home for 6, 7, or 8, or 9 hours, or 10 at night and come back working, nobody cares. But now, even at 6 o'clock, you can't stay outside. Yes or no? Why are all these things happening? The question is, why is that Nigeria wants us to vote when they need our election? And when we ask them for our freedom, they start killing us around. Is it a crime for someone to say, I want to be free? Like our brother just said here, how many kilometers from here to Madrid? Maybe around 600 or 700 kilometers from here to Madrid. And you see that the roads are being built. The question is, what does it take to build the road from Umuahia to Lagos? Have you ever wondered when you are along the road, you see able men, young guys like us, carrying a bottle of water or a soft drink, selling. Most of them sell this drink that is not up to 1,000 naira. This is what they carry in their head. What is 1,000 naira in euro? Less than 250 cents or 2 euros. That is what somebody have to take a risk and stay. Sometimes you see kids like this selling fried plantain. But they say that we have crude oil. If you go to the internet and Google, Nigeria is among the 6 richest countries that produces oil. And the question is, why are we here suffering to start with? Most of us are here graduates. Why is it after our education, after graduation, we don't have job? Why? How many people from Saudi Arabia or Qatar comes to Europe to hustle, to survive? Nobody. Zero zapatero. Why are we here suffering? Why is that it's very difficult for us to understand that we need to be free? Somebody will tell you you don't know what you are going into, because you know somebody must die for somebody to be free. Because before you came out, in the womb of your mom, many men were inside for them to fight for survival. You survived, you succeeded, and you want to be outside here. So in life, everything about life is competition. If you don't believe it, you must understand this. It's the reality of life. There's nothing to hide about it. Let us tell ourselves the truth. Nnamdi Kanu is a very learned man, rich. He has everything. He has everything. He went to Nigeria prison. They promised him heaven and earth. He said, I don't want money. What do I need this wealth for? How many people will I buy food for? What we need is freedom. You can take the oil and go away with the oil. We don't need the oil. The problem we have is we need our freedom. We want to be free. Even at the airport of Lagos, do you know there is no seat at the departure airport in Lagos? The question is, why all these things are there? Why? Does it mean we can't reason as a human being? Who are these people control? What? Does it mean they can't reason? They can't think? And unfortunately, these people do come here to stay. They come here and see the way the life is here. But we can't. How can somebody own almost half of Barcelona, somebody with his money will own this particular place? Whereas the majority of them are dying in hunger, they don't have food. You see them, they drive a lot of jeep, a lot of their limousine or whatever. You think that they are rich, you say they are rich. No, they are rich because they are stealing from you. They are stealing from the poor masses. And that is why people like us want to be free. You may not like it, but that is the reality. If I die today for Biafra to contribute tomorrow, I will die, because that's the most important thing is that the next generation will not suffer what we are passing through today. It is a very difficult task for us to. What we are pleading is that everybody should come out. Not only today. We need you. We need you. Most of us came out from a different distance to here. When we say what IPOB is one family, Ndi was no one who cut over here and on the end again. We need to come together as family and stand on one goal. We need to support our leader, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. We need to support him. If you come here, maybe you're not working, nobody is forcing you to bring all you have or to give us. What we need is your presence. Because if you are coming here and people are asking, where are these people going? They say they are Biafran there. They will ask, why are these people fighting? Do you know that we have that the Biafrans are the largest number in the whole world? They say that we are 70 million in population. About that is outside the country. Do you know this? Here in Barcelona, maybe I don't know how many we have here in Barcelona, but I believe we have up to 1,000 to 3,000. Here in Barcelona. If you go to Girona, the same thing. If you go to anywhere you go, there is always Biafrans over there. What are they doing there? They are fighting to do what? To send money home for their people to live. It is unfair. And this is why we need you, my brothers and sisters. Nothing else. If we can come together as for one family, as we say IPOB one family, and support our people, I believe that the sky will be our limit and we will restore Biafra, our nation. God bless you all. Thank you.
I hope there is nothing more to say again. If somebody having a question again, is that question or contribution? Question, please come over. Please, your name and where you're coming from and where you stay. Thank you.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chibeze Ibezute. I'm from Imo State, Biafra land. So my question today is, from your explanation, you are talking about Nigeria misfortune today. So I would like to ask you, and also everybody here, who should be blamed for Nigeria's misfortune? Is it the Northerners alone or the entire nation? And looking into it today, you said the rural area in Biafra land and other part of the country, Nigeria, is the northern part of the country, the leaders coming there, are they the only one that should be blamed? Or the blame is some brothers from Biafra are not part of it? So that's my question, please. Thank you, and God bless you.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. My brother, thank you for that question. In the past, I had pondered seriously or cogitated upon that question. And I want to address it in my own capacity. You see, my brother, you can only form a country with somebody who has the same ideology with you. Somebody who has the same way of solving problems with you. The problem is partly from the people in the geographical enclave called Nigeria, and also from Britain. that in their amalgamation document stated that the South Protectorate and the North Protectorate are like oil and water that can never mix. Then the question is, if they had known that oil and water can never mix, as in the case of the northern Nigeria and the southern Nigeria, why did they go ahead and merge the people in what we call the unholy marriage? So that is why I said the problem is partly from Britain, because remember, the place called Nigeria was originally owned by Royal Niger Company, a chartered company that signed treaties with different communities in Biafra land on trade. But upon leaving Nigeria, they sold Nigeria to British government to the sum of 860 pounds. That was there. And when Britain was leaving Nigeria, they handed over Nigeria to the northern hegemony, the full hegemony, to have control over you and me. Now, as regards the politicians we have in the southeast and the so-called south-south, I want you to know something, that anytime we have a leader with sincerity of heart to deliver our people from bondage, these northern people, the hegemony in the north, will always go against that person. For example, Man Sam Mbako was a good leader. Sam Mbako was a good leader. Even Chris Ngige, when he was the governor of Anambra State, he was the first man that opened the eyes of everybody in terms of what he did, infrastructural development. But remember, Chris Ngige was the one they sent to kill Obasanjo when he was in prison. But because Ngige loved his people, these people can't go against him. And then when Ngige went to Obasanjo to assist him in the issues that was there in Anambra State, he said, go and settle with your people. So what I'm telling you in essence is that anytime you have a good leader from Biafra, any good leader from Biafra can never see that problem. And that is why if they try to solve the problem without any support from the north and west, all they will do is to abandon our people and join them, as in the case of Nkele. So the problem is partly from us, because why do I say it from us? We allow, how can you go to Britain, in Britain, and conquer the people and force them into an unholy marriage? 3 weeks ago, let me tell you what a mechanic in my place told me. I bumped into the Commodore to drink water. They were 3 in number discussing. And then he asked me, is it true that Africa is being soft? I said yes. He said, in terms of resources, I said yes. I said, for example, Spain is among them. He said yes, he knows. Even China, even Belgium. That Belgium will not even mind if 3 million people die in Congo. That was what he told me. Then he said, why is it that the people cannot revolt? I said, how can we revolt? When in the 17th century in Berlin, Europeans gathered on a conference table and divided Africa in what is called scrambling and partitioning of Africa in 1800. That is why, if you come to Nigeria, you have Hausa people. If you go to Niger, you have Hausa people and even Chad. If I ask you now, an Igbo man from Southeast and an Hausa man from Katsina, if you call upon the Hausa man from Katsina to choose between you and Igbo and Hausa man in Niger, who do you think you would choose as his brother? Anytime you ask yourself this question and ponder seriously and begin to unravel the solution, then you know why we are in this almighty mess. So the problem is partly from us, and partly and mainly from the Britain that amalgamated oil and water. Because we don't have the same views, we don't eat the same food, we don't have the same culture, even the language. You can only form a country with those you have the same value system, either culturally, either by lingual connection, or at least religion. For example, if you want to solve the problem of of Fulani insurgents in Nigeria. You know where we are from. Domestic animals are not allowed to break loose. What happens is that when your animal is allowed to destroy people's crops, the animal is arrested and you are demanded to pay a fine before you collect it. They go to the northern Nigeria. Their system is such that they can rear cattle from Sokoto to Southeast. While they are coming along the line, they destroy people's farm, they rape women, and they kill in the process. Because we are in one Nigeria. So, for me, one Nigeria is a crime, it's a fraud. And until we disentangle ourselves from it, we are not going anywhere. All hail Biafra.
Anyone are coming up again? I have to hands up because we're watching our time. Have less than 20 minutes to stop this and allow the music to roll. After this question, I have two people, no more again, please. Addition or question? Sir, is it a question or addition? Addition. All right. Let us hear from the pastor. 2 minutes, please. Thank you.
IPOB. I like what I'm seeing here. IPOB, God's own people. That's encouraging. I have one question to ask, and I may follow to answer it. There's what the content has said now, that one Nigeria is a fraud, right? Did I hear you right? Okay. Now, if one Nigeria is a fraud, can one Biafra be real? Number one question. Can one Biafra be real if one Nigeria is a fraud? We have seen it. Now we are getting our Biafra. Can one Biafra be real? One question. Now, second question is this. I'm putting it to my coordinators, who I know that have great insight in the structure of IPOB. Why is it that the concept of agreement in our family is so holy? Do you understand my two questions? God bless you.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. I wanted to answer that question from the last speaker, but let me just put both together. Yeah. The problem of IPOB with the rest of other freedom fighters or freedom fighting in this struggle is that we don't compromise. We are whiter than white and whiter than what? No. We don't compromise. The problem we have with Ohanes let us be very specific so that people understand what we're saying. It's not that Ohanes is bad per se, because there are still few good ones amongst them. But what we don't want is no one against a man. That is how you can do it. This word, no one against a man, has lasted for over 58 years. Because the question is, how is it that in Nigeria presently that they are presenting presidency? Where are this presidency coming from? Northerners. Who are the deputies? Ndi Igbo. The director said there are 3 things that deforms Igbo people: greedy, envy, and what? Jealousy. Why is it not me? Why must it be Nnamdi Kanu? Director says, Nnamdi Kanu said, you cannot be a freedom fighter today and you have tomorrow you say, I support or I campaign not for your election in Nigeria. It is never done in anywhere. It's either you are here or where you are in the other way. So the problem we have, the reason why we are calling you here today is not because we could have helped it. Let me put this in a very clear way. If we wanted Biafra to come the way we wanted it, the way they wanted it to come, I don't think I'll be calling you, I don't think you'll be calling me to say, please, we need 10 euro from you, we need 1 euro from you. It is because IPOB family, the IPOB family, We don't want to entangle with politicians in this struggle. Because the politicians are the ones, that's exactly where I want to answer what our brother said. Who are the ones to be blamed? We take also part of it. Because we are people doing the work of Kotima. I don't know if you know this word, but what they use Kotima those days. The one that will interpret from the white man to the black man. And when the Kotima said, I need you to buy this, he will say, the Kotima said, you should bring this. In the Eastern region setting or Biafra setting, there are people who are working with our enemies. And these are the people that are in the office of the enemies working for them. So, because of this particular problem, if you know about the Operation Python dance in Biafra land in Afaruku, why was this? Because prior to this particular Operation Python dance, there was a communication or a meeting of Nnamdi Kanu with the governors of the Easterners. I don't know if you remember. The question you ask yourself, how come that they start fighting? If you're in our forum, if you're in IPV forum, I don't think this is a very old story because you would have known the real story. But let me tell you, if you have pen, take the name, Evangelist Elio Kuko, go to YouTube, type this particular name, and listen to what he said. I'm sorry. Evangelist Kuko said that when they had the communicate with the Eastern governors, there was an agreement for them to meet. They asked Nnamdi Kanu, we want you to drop Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu told them, if you want me to drop Biafra, you must give me restructuring. This man said that it was only him, Nnamdi Kanu and Professor Ben Wamese. They were three. With the governors, the ADC didn't come inside this meeting. It was a high secret meeting that they had to decide on this. They told Nnamdi Kanu, okay, if you say restructure, then give us time, we are going to. Nnamdi Kanu said, okay, I'm going to invite our people. If you want me to drop Biafra, the next time I'm coming, I'm not coming alone. Prior to his next meeting, the Operation Python dance came. If you listen to this video, you hear what this man said. So the problem is, in as much as we want our freedom, we have some we have them in our midst. And in as much as we have them in our midst, if you remember today, here in Barcelona was once the embassy where we have the Biafra embassy, the first time. I don't know if you remember. After this, we moved to Victoria. And we keep going. The director said, one strike, you are what? If one knows go out. Why? Because we don't want anything that will dent this struggle. And that is why the struggle is taking us time. Because I believe, like what the pastor said today, it is when Israel, we are leaving the land of Egypt. The Israelites spent 40 years and 40 years in the wilderness. It's not because the place is very far for them to arrive. No. It is because of this group of people inside them that we are telling them, why should Moses do this? Why should Aaron do this? Along the line, they hinder the movement, the fastness of this journey. If you're a Bible student, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is what is going on in Biafra land today. So, in as much as we are going, like Nnamdi Kanu said one, he said, any day I think, I say that I'm going to drop, I do somehow to, the next person should do what? Kill me and do what? Continue the journey. So, what we are fighting is we are fighting Okeno no law. Because Okeno on the other side knows that we have already won the war. And any day we're able to defeat Okeno no law, the rat at home, Biafra is here with us. I thank God that we have a man of God who has said, because it's not only him that prophesied about this struggle. So, what we are passing today is the process to the land of the promise. The only thing you need is your prayers, your financial support if you can, because it's not an obligation, but if you can, you know it's good. Most of us who are in this struggle are putting our finance, but I've never for one day, like I'm a typical example of it. My wife is there, she can tell what I'm saying. I don't lie, because I know that I'm fighting a just cause. Thank you very much.
Sorry, now we are moving on, and I think two people are raising their hands. I saw two people raising their hands. Two people. One, you have said something, I think so. Are you not like him again? Somebody raised up his hand. So. That is not the Juku. I'm talking about it. I was a Juku, I saw the raised up his hand. Let me one question. Please come. We don't have time. 1 minute, eh?
I feel you. What am I minding for now? Remember now, one of the intro in tower, come on. In your man, or I look at it like if I actually woman. You know, come with him to listen up all you remember and I will meet it about, which is Maya, I take a talk on in I gave or are there, they are serious, need my always like I'm saying that Chile can hate it, or every woman at the Victor Atlantic. Come on, I will know what the name that will be given for now, you know, the way I want them to the back. Or say, he was asking, who are to be blamed? It's all of us, both the British, the Nigerian government, and we ourselves. Because all of the people do us no get on Grazia get or on the Nampo. And that's not even after the war, I got a one yaka, move of phobia. Even Hagara, come on, how comes segregation? Nimai. It's like I say, that's this stuff. Please, I don't know if all of us. What I was just trying to say is that because the British, in their own intelligence, but they are good at this game. They are very good at this game. They were able to bring in that seed of discord among us. Yeah. And then they handed it over to these people. And these people is like taking it to the grassroots. Therefore, the thing is just circulating in every one of us. And if we don't come together as one, as a formidable house, we might not be able to make that good impact. Like I say, this thing we are doing today, it depends solely on this boycott for the world to see that these people are serious. Yeah. Then how are we planning to solidify this boycott that will make the world know at least, yes, these people are serious. Let us go and see what they are doing. So to the question which the boy, my brother asked, it is the British, the Nigerian government, and even some of our brothers that are to be blamed. Why we are here today is to make out that our own blame come out and then stand firm, so that this nation, which has already come, will be materialized. Please, our brother.
Mazi, before you go, I would like to see you, please. Before you leave. Our brother also, I would like to see you. You want to say something? Okay.
1 minute.
They donated 50 euro for the support of the Biafra movement. Please, a round of applause. Thank you. Please, I just want to make an announcement for it's a Catholic church, Campo Claro, Tarragona. For those who are living in the area of Tarragona, this is where they meet at Catholic Church, Campo Claro. Please, for those who are living in Tarragona, this is where they assembled. And I didn't know the days they assembled. You know.
They meet on Sundays.
They meet on Sundays, but for getting more clarification, please, you can definitely give a call to Rossi. Sir? From Tarragona? Yeah. Please, sir, defend yourself. Thank you.
Biafra. IPOB. Okay. The time we used to do our meetings almost end of the month. But today we have to do it today. It's because of this. This will be completed. Saturday. So we put it on 1st of December. Every end.
Thank you very much. So their times are 7 o'clock. 6 o'clock in the evening. Every Sunday. Alright, this is the Saturdays. Okay. It is Saturdays by 7 o'clock, by 6 o'clock in Tarragona at Catholic Church, Campo Claro. And this is big now. Carrera San All right, thank you.
Oh, hey, Biafra. Oh, hey, Biafra. Please, important notice. IPOB family unit in Big. We usually have our meeting every second Saturday of the month. Every second Saturday of the month. We thank God we have gotten a place, a locale, a hall, in a place known as Casa Barata. The name of the street is Calle Sanquiza de Venezuela, number 2. Every second Saturday of the month. Thank you. Time is from 6 p.m., 6 to 9 p.m. Every second Saturday.
All right. Please, while we are mentioning these places, to make sure that everybody is acquainted and there's no excuse. This is the best gospel you should preach from now. I am a good Christian, strong one indeed. But the best gospel to preach now is this Biafra land. Exodus chapter 2, 3, and 5, where the pastor was saying about Pharaoh, let my people go. Zoo, let Biafra go. Alright, I continue again. We are all having our own, those who are in Barcelona, Catalonia. Sir, that man that is going now will just ask me the question. No, that man that is going, please. What are you Maka ever in the meet? He's just going now. Hello? So we are gathering actually in Torre Barrow every second Sunday of each month. Torre Barrow. Alright, sorry, there was a change of plan. We gathered last time at Torre Barrow, but thank God we are having here now because some of you know this place now. This is where we are gathering now every second Sunday of each month. Is this Sunday, Saturday now? Every second Sunday of each month, and our time is still 5 p.m. Hello, sir. Is there any changes? 5 p.m. The time is still the same, and 5 p.m. No delay, no late coming. And whenever you're coming, know you are coming to make sure we support this group going on. Please, wherever you are, please support. Okay? Anybody here representing Tarasa? Yeah. Happen to be secretary of the group. Please. They change another plan again. Next Sunday, second Sunday of next month, we are having a grand finale. Then we begin from New Year here. So please, so that you don't get the schools, okay? Next second Sunday of December, we are meeting at Torre Barrow by 5 p.m. When you get there, it's very difficult. Just ask anybody where the Biafra gathers. We are gathering at the last second.
Because the place we are having our meeting is not a good place to have meeting. So that let us tell us. We stay outside. But what we do, for you to know that we are committed in this, we go to the bar, and we plead for them to give us a space. They give us table. We buy things, not alcohol because we don't drink alcohol in our meeting. Except after the meeting, you can drink whatever you want. But during the meeting, we don't take anything. So they allow us so that we can use this place during our meeting time. Then after the meeting, then we can go. But we are arranging for this particular place now. That is the next, after our meeting, by next year, or from next year, I should say, then we can start using here. This is why we need everyone, because maybe your idea your contact might help us to find a better place. In IPO, there are people also in Swiss. I remember our national coordinator told us in one of our meetings, he said, when we are complaining about the venue, he said, where we are having our meeting in subways. I don't know people who know subways, on the ground. How they do that, they go to where they have the subway fast food center. They buy food there and eat, pretend as if they are eating. While they are eating, they are doing what? They are having their meeting. We are freedom fighters. We don't need mansion to get. When we get our freedom, you can live anyhow you like. So that you don't come here and be disappointed. This is where they have it. No, we are managing the place. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. All right, sir. After him now, your question. I believe you are ready for the question. 2 minutes, sir. That is 2 minutes.
Actually, based on my first question, I told out here, and I think it's a suggestion if to be possible, although forgive me for have not been coming to Biafra meetings since more than 8 months, just because of some problem beyond my capacities. And if we can be able to enforce ourselves, since this television, Spanish and all these peoples, districtly and stately do not want us. If we can be able to gather ourselves, individually or districtly, Girona, go to Aidamento or go to TV station there and stay there and let police come and ask us why are we here, and we tell them our problem. So that the newscaster will be there and we speak our mind. So that they can be able to say it in their land. This is what I suggest. It is good.
Yeah, it's very good. What you just said now is very, very good. And I want to say, maybe some of us might be surprised what I'm going to say. Part of the food we're eating here today comes from the unit in B. They brought part of the food we're eating today because we say we are one family. We have 5 units, almost 5, I think so. 5. 2 is a little bit down because they are just new zones. The strongest amongst them is apart from the big is just like our mother family here in Catalonia, because when Catalonia fell 2014, they were the people that took up the mantle and continued. So they started building up to what we have today. In Spain, we have about 17 units in the whole Spain. We have in Malaga, Valencia, Las Palmas, all of them. What we do, most of these people you see today, what we do is during the summertime, we are not doing that, during the summertime we fuel the cars. Sometimes they pay without us fueling it. We move to a group, a particular place, maybe let's say Lleida or Manresa, and start preaching to them. If we can see only one person there, we move there and preach to them, say, invite your people, let them come, we want to talk to them. So, because of what we want, and that gave me the opportunity to say this, by next year, we want to have a genocide exhibition here in Barcelona. The exhibition I'm talking about is where Uche Mefo, if you know our deputy, you will hear those professors you hear in Radio Biafra when they are doing programs in Biafra program, they will be here live to lecture the world, because that time we are going to invite the press media from Spain, because they are coming. They are all aware what we are doing today. Why we do not, the lady you see there, she is connected to one of these contacts to help us get to the point. She wants to see what is going on today. I think she is pleased to what she saw today is very, very good. So what we are saying is, in effect, is this: if we can come out together, we say we are moving to Barcelona for a meeting. If we have up to 50 or 60, we say this is what we are going to do next month. We want to move to this Gobierno. Everybody will move. We have our T-shirts with our uniform, with our banner, with our flag. We move there. They will say, "Who are you people?" We are registered. One thing very clear, let me say this very clear. If you have problem today as a Biafran in any part of this European world, the only thing IPOB will not do for you is if it has to do with drug business or something that is illegal against the government. But that you are here by chance that the government, the police control you and ask you who are you, say you don't have a document. Tell them that you are a Biafran. And the IPOB will fight for you to the last.
If you are a member,
that is if you remember, because we can't protect who we don't know. But what we are telling you is that if you have any problem, IPOB will protect you. We fight for you. Just this morning in our forum, one of the secretaries from Madrid was arrested yesterday. I think yesterday or this morning, and we just saw the message. They said he was arrested because of document. Before I arrived, I think around Barcelona, before I arrived there, they said that they were released him because we had to send our deputy to go after to know exactly what happened at the end. They told us that he's been released. Sorry, they told us that he's been released. So what I'm saying in fact is this: let us come together. The more we are together, the stronger we are, and the force we have a very big force, because I believe that in Catalonia we have a lot of people. The faces I'm seeing here today, I'm very, very pleased. If at the end of this program we have only 2-3 people who are formidable, we believe that we'll have all. Because the Bible, they say that there is happiness over a mission that repented. Only a soul. So thank you, brother, for what you said. It's very good for us. Thank you very much.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Please, my brothers and sisters, if you are still here that you want to make any donation, you are allowed to do so. Because we need support for new people. We need support for new people. And again, we need people to be attending Biafra meeting. We are here like this. Everybody was happy. We are happy also that we are here today. But in our meeting, we need people, at least if you can get 1/4 of this in our meeting. Every second Sunday in every month, we will be happy to move this struggle forward. Because we cannot attend the meeting, we'll be having 6 or 8 people, where we have Biafrans all over Catalonia, all over Barcelona. You're not encouraging. We need to move forward and make sure that we are fighting to get Biafra. We cannot get Biafra by staying at home. We cannot get Biafra by listening only Nnamdi Kanu preaching to us. We need to preach Biafra. We need to walk as a Biafra. We need to take that spirit of Nnamdi Kanu to move around to preach, to bring souls who will fight for Bible, for Biafra. And our children will see the strength which we have, the data disease which we have to fight for Biafra. Our children will see it on us by coming out, by attending meeting, by preaching Biafra, by bringing people to meeting. That's what we need. By contributing in everything that concerns Biafra. Is it to preach in television? We need money to support it. Is it our newspapers, our magazines? We need paper to do it. We need money to do it. Is it people in the hospitals? We need money. Is it people that are traveling to bring Biafra all the places? We need money. Is it our radio? We need money for that. And all of us know here that we don't have any politicians, but politicians' money is evil money, or is blood money. So it's all of us here, we need support. Your 20 euro can go too far, where you cannot go. Your 10 euro can go too far, where you cannot go. Your 100 euro can go too far, where you cannot go. And by you attending meeting, it's very, very motivation for Biafrans. If you can move in the street of Catalonia with 50 people, or we can have 20 members of IPOB in Catalonia zone, I think we can go far. So my brothers and sisters, we need their support. We need your attentive meeting. That's all what I have to do also.
Sorry, we want to round up right now. There's no time. Sorry, my brother. Your place has to be cancelled. And please, because we have to leave here exactly 9 o'clock. We have, okay, our pastor wants to say something. And our pastor is also want to say something. Our brother is already here. Please, 1 minute, I'm taking off. We want to leave here exactly 3 minutes to 1, or to 9 o'clock. So we can come up here. Please, you know how white people do. Some people are coming now, you're welcome. If there's anything to eat, you can eat it.
There's plenty to eat.
It's 5 o'clock.
I really want to thank everybody for this meeting. In fact, we have really worked tirelessly without resting and sleeping. And I want to really give appreciation to the coordinators. I love it from my heart. And the zeal that is in you, in fact, I've told Mr. Amechi that it's like a tool. He drove me more to do more, and the little that I'm contributing to the progress of this meeting. I want to also please encourage you, don't leave us by the side. We know that Barcelona is we are very big here, but we have many diplomatic people here that will not agree with you, agree partially, but not fully. Like our brother said before, please don't let the money thing drive you, okay? Hello? Don't let the money drive you, okay? Because there are a lot of things that if we gather together, we can make it successful. So don't think, okay, because I'm not having 20 euro to contribute, I will not come to the meeting. So please encourage yourself to be here. Oh, hey, Biafra. Again, bring your women along. Don't leave them at home. You see men, we were almost just dying in the kitchen, carrying on men, go wash pots, go wash. Don't leave your women in the house. Pico. And the time you come, I will begin to ask for men who didn't bring their wife, they will pay fine. Right in this place. So thank you, my women that are back over there. Thank you, Sister Ogechi and Sister Amaka. Thank you, those from Big. God bless all of you in Jesus' name.
Thank you, Pastor Lillian. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for cooking. This is very good. This pastor will be speaking and closing. Let me show us.
All hail Biafra! All hail Biafra! 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 The mother of here. Biafra! Freedom! Adomina, Domina, oh! Adomina, 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 Domina, oh! Adomina, 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 Buhari gana chenyo! Adomina, 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 oh! Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Please, I want to thank every one of us. Oh no. I want to thank everyone of us. They might be able to make this meeting. I said the people of Gambia, bless you. The name of people of Gambia.
Please hold on one minute. You have to take the last petition before we go. Please, go to the place. Thank you.
Let us try not to pray. Please, let us pray. Come inside. Let us pray. Whatever you are doing. Let us pray. Please. Let's give thanks to Chukwu Victoria.
And we know, oh God, that this vision is already realized. Now, there may be a Red Sea that wants to stop us from getting there. There may be wall of Jericho. In the name of persons, governors, or whatever they are, I see them as Red Seas. I see them as wall of Jericho. Father, if you divided the Red Sea for people to pass through, divide these people, divide these forces, let these powers and barriers be broken. Let the wall of Jericho that was the leader of fall down flat. We pray tonight, we call upon you, Jehovah. We have no other God but you. Therefore we ask, as you were with the people of Israel, when they were marching into the promised land, so you are with us and we recognize your presence. We commit our coordinators, wherever they are, into your hand. We commit our leaders, wherever they are, into your hand. We commit, oh God, our land, Biafra, into your hand. It is not what is given to us. The land is our inheritance. And nobody can take us out of our inheritance. Not in this.
Biafra la mara ma kwe kam soro ni megi
Nkume mbebi ebi kwe kam soro ni megi
o mewe ne ma bu papo ma jiji jo ma rororo
Nkume mbebi ebi kwe kam soro ni megi
Eyi lele
enyi Biafra lala enyi
enyi lele
enyi Biafra lala
chetekwa
n'Ọkigwe setọkwala Biafra
chetekwa n'Enugu
Enugu setọkwala Biafra
chetekwa
n'Ọnịcha setọkwala Biafra
enyi o enyi o
enyi o enyi o enyi
enyi lele
enyi o enyi o enyi
onye mbụzọ ga-abụ onye ikpeazụ
Nna Chukwu ekwena